cloud. Right, good morning everybody, including those who are watching it back on the recording. So foam rollers and weights today. Let's get it so you can see me for the standing part. That would help, wouldn't it? Some to stretch your legs as well. Yes, I think that's it. So let's start with your hand weights or the balls, whichever ones you've got. Tins of beans are allowed. And if your shoulders are a bit ropey, then just go hands free. So I'm just gonna let Liz back in. Okay, so let's start with your feet together. Gently letting the inner border of the big toe just very lightly touch. And then just let the feet relax first of all. Just let the toes spread out onto the floor. Feel the floor, feel the mat underneath your heels coming out through your toes. Just take a second just to let the feet spread out and relax. Okay, from here we're going to think about growing from your feet up through your knees, through your hips, just lengthening out through the whole body, letting any tension flow down away through your feet while your body then lifts up against gravity. So imagine your body filled with helium, and like a balloon on a string, it's just starting to lift up and float gently with minimal effort, that your head is gradually getting lengthened up towards the ceiling effortlessly. From here, your pelvis, we're going to tilt backwards and forwards 2 or 3 times, and then come back to find the middle position. Okay, from here, soften through your ribs and widen through your collarbones, letting the shoulders drop down away from your ears, and then lengthen through the back of your neck. Okay, feel the weights of the balls gently now in the fingertips, not gripping too hard, but just holding comfortably. And just feel the weight of the balls taking the shoulders down away from your ears and the elbows away from the shoulders, and then your hands and your fingers away from your elbows. So the whole body is floating now. Feet are really quiet, really soft on the floor. And then from here, if you close your eyes, I'm going to just start to wake up our balance muscles. So we're going to lean over towards the left-hand side. Just feel the muscles through either your core or your ankles having to work, and then slowly come back to the middle and just see if you can let everything go. And then we go over to the right side again, just feel the muscles having to work to hold you upright. And then slowly come back to the middle. Again, when you get back to the middle spot, just see if you can let everything go briefly. We're going to lean forward over the toes. And then as you're leaning forward over the toes, think of the long line from your heels gently pushing down, and the long line all the way up through to the top of the head. Keep wide through the collarbones in this position. Slowly come back, find that spot in the middle where you have to do least work. And then finally take your weight backwards over your heels. Again, on this one, I always have to control the ribs a little bit, but also keep wide through the collarbones. So toes gently touching the floor, not gripping too hard, but just enough to keep your balance. And then come back to the middle again with your eyes closed. Find that spot where you're doing as little work as possible. And then slowly open your eyes. So from here, we're going to turn your heels out and your toes out and your heels out even, and floating balls up to elbow height. So we're going to start with the same movement that we did at the weekend for those doing the recorded class, just turning outwards. So start with that movement, balls touching, we breathe out to widen, breathe in to come back in. If you can start there, I'm just going to let someone else in. Oh, drop the ball. And then from here, we're going to widen out, so stretching through the forearms. So again, palms are low on here, we're not up to shoulder height yet, we're keeping them quite low. so the shoulders are down away from the ears and folding in. So rotate out, stretch down, fall back in, and repeat. And then as you move, we'll add in the neck turns, so turning your nose to the left and to the right, and repeating. So starting to wake up through the shoulders, through the chest, through the neck as you turn. Okay, one more to either side. And then we take it out to the arm reaches. So from here, I'm going to give myself a little bit of space. First couple, I'm going to keep my hands level with my elbows tucked in, and just turn through my chest and then back, just so I can think about getting the breastbone moving, getting the upper body between the shoulder blades moving. And then I'm going to add in the arms. So turn and then reach with the arms. Need to come forward again. Turn and reach with the arms. So balls are coming up to shoulder height now on that bit of the reach, and then come back in. If you've got the lighter balls or you're feeling strong, you can go for the helicopter, keeping really wide through your hands on this one, and making an effort to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. But if you feel any tension creeping in through the shoulders, or you feel them creeping up towards the ears, then come back and just work on the reach, and then bring them back in. You're still working your shoulders, but they get a little bit of a break, and you're going to have a better posture through your head and your neck. Okay, one more to either side, whichever version you're doing. And back, and turn, and back, and then come back to the middle, give your arms a shake. Good. Okay, so we're going to go for some arm reaches outside. If you can do the plies with your feet turned out, so knees coming over your second or third toe, and then squeezing up through your bum, that's fine. Otherwise, you can keep your feet straight and just soften and straighten any dodgy knees, just keeping up straight through your back. So we're going to reach out to shoulder height this time, and then pull back into the front. So reaching out, pulling back in. Reaching out, pulling through your bum at the top of the movement, squeezing the glutes, starting to wake up hips, knees, ankles. Good. So 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to hold it there, and then we're going to lift the heels, and we're going to go for bicep curls, and then back out. So heel lift, and out. Heel lift, and out. Keep going. We've got 5, 4, 3, shoulders down away from your ears for the last couple. 2, and 1. Coming back down. Good. Give your shoulders and your ankles a little bit of a shake. And then from there, we're going to come into the squat. So palms face up, elbows tucked in. And what we're going to work on, we're going to go into a little squat first of all. So bum over your heels, keep your knees straight. So from the side, those knees not coming over the toes. And then on the way back up, you're going to push up tall. When you push up tall, really think about the rib control on this one. So we've got coming into the squat, taking your bum backwards, and then pushing up tall. Think glutes, so pushing your hips forward, but then ribs as you push your arms up above your head. Okay, feet can be very slightly wider than hip width apart on this one. So pushing up and then coming down. So squat, press, squat, press. The glutes and ribs. Head up tall, so we're looking forward at the top. And also at the top, just checking that your shoulders are staying down away from the ears, that they're not creeping up too much. So long neck at the top of the movement. Let's go for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 1, good, okay. Shoulders definitely getting a workout this morning. Let's take it into the lunges as well. Again, any creaky knees or dodgy knees, you can just step back, you can hold this position, or you can just do a very small knee bend. Thinking more about the knee behind you, remember. If you're going to go into your squat, you're going to take a bigger stance. So, up tall, back leg on tiptoes, and then we soften the back knee as we curl. So bicep curls, 2, 3, 4, going for 10 of these, halfway, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, back up, bring your back heel down, getting into the triceps. So long arms behind you, control the ribs, shoulders down away from the ears, and try and keep the wrists straight so they're not curled up or flopping that way. Try and keep them neutral. Pressing the balls back, keeping the elbows high, soften the wrists, and then straighten the elbows. So soften and straighten. The higher you can keep your elbows, the more you're going to work the triceps behind you. So next couple, think of a long line from your heel to the top of the head. Next couple, control the ribs and keep the elbows high. Pressing the balls out. 2 more. 1, 2, and we're going to hold there and then add in the 10 pulses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release, give those arms a shake. Good. Okay, so we're going to change legs. I'll stay facing this way. Back leg on tiptoes to start coming down into your lunges, or just soften the knees. Palms facing forward, shoulders down away from the ears. Okay, so off we go. So first 5. Remember, you can start off with very small movements, and then if you want to, gradually take your knee a bit close to the floor if your knees are fine, if they're not too creaky. Keeping up tall through the head, chest up tall. Okay, last 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, back heel down. Long line from your heel to the top of the head, and your trunk is slightly leaning forward. Try and match the line of your back leg, remember. Press back with your arms, keeping the elbows high. Control the ribs, and then soften, keep the elbows high, and press. Soften, and press. So shoulders down away from the ears. Line from your heel to the top of your head. Okay, last few, keep the elbows high and keep the ribs tucked in. So go 3, 2, 1, hold, and then 10 pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent, very good. A lot going on that one. Give your legs shake, give your arms shake. Okay, so we go for the squat and the curtsy lunge, and see if I can keep up. So start with the balls above the head. Feet are definitely a bit wider than hip width apart in this one. Let's walk through the first one, and we're going to do a squat, and then the lunge will be over towards your right. So it's a squat, control the ribs, push up, step to the right, come up tall and squat, and then next one we're going over to the left. Okay, they're your slow ones. Now we'll speed up a little bit, but we still want to be controlled. So step, squat, glutes at the top, step, ribs, squat, glutes. So step, control the ribs, squat, glutes. Okay, so you can do a few more, just work at the level, and if you can't do the full squat, just take the balls up and then a little step behind. So, and if you can't take your shoulders to full height, just come up to here as you come down, okay? So squat, step, squat, step, squat, and step. Let's see if we do one more to either side. I struggle to talk and do this one at the same time and keep count, so we just keep going. Last one more squat, hold it at the top. Okay, so really push the hips forward, work on the glutes, relax feet, control the ribs, stretch your hands up high to the sky, let the shoulders drop down away from your ears. Slowly come back down. We'll put the weights down, grab a drink if you need to. Should have got your heart rate up a little bit, that one. Okay, let's go 3 roll downs. So feet, bum, head and shoulders back in a straight line. Breathing in to prepare. Breathing out nice and gently as you're catching your breath, chin towards your chest. Release through your shoulders, coming down through your back one level at a time. So just come down to where you're comfortable today. Add in some small arm circles at the bottom. And reverse them. And then breathing in through the side and back of your ribs, and then slowly rolling back up one level at a time. Coming up to the top, we go palms down with your palms forward and then lift your breastbone. So just work on breathing through the side and back of your ribs. I've just got an alert come up on my computer, so I just want to get rid of it. Hopefully you can see me. Still. Can you all see me, or have I gone blank? You can still see me? Yeah? Okay, good. Okay, so breathing in, and as you breathe out, come down into roll down number 2. One level at a time. While I try and get my screen back, where you're all moving and you're doing what I said, so that's a good sign. And we're back, that's good. Okay, add in your arm circles at the bottom. So have a quick look at what you're doing. Good, reverse the arm circles. And then on your next out breath, slowly rolling back up one level at a time. And then at the top on this one, if your shoulders are okay, we go palms out wide, palms forward. Bring the shoulders down away from your ears, control through the ribs. Slowly bring the arms back and then lift the breastbone up to the sky. Breathe inside and back of the ribs. And then on the way out, just let any tension go away through your fingertips, away down through your toes. And then finally we go roll down number 3, so hopefully feeling a little bit looser now. If anything's a bit sticky or tight this morning, just focus on that one level and see if you can just gently release. If not, just be aware of it and use your out breath just to see if we can relax into that area. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to slowly come down onto the mat, and if you've got a foam roller, we can start on the roller. And if you've got hand weights, we can start with the hand weights. If you've got both, we can start with both. So balls down by your waist. Just going to adjust my screen. Okay, good. Okay, so from here, we're going to get into position. Whether you're on the mat or the roller, let's just find our rest position. So feet hip width apart first of all. If you're on the roller, you can have your hands stretched down towards your toes. So trying to get the shoulders to go away from your ears, and then just gently nodding your nose down, keeping soft through your jaw, soft through the front of your neck. Okay, so you can tilt your pelvis backwards and forwards. Just doing 2 or 3 pelvic tilts just to loosen up through the lower back in this position, and then come and find the neutral position. And then from here, soften the ribs gently. Okay, so finding the balls, and we'll start off with palms facing each other, shoulders down away from the ears, and we'll just start off with nice easy chest openings, so opening wide and then coming back to the middle. So you're going to breathe out and breathe in. Breathing out and in. So on these ones, start off with, really focus on a long, soft neck with your shoulders down away from your ears. Check the toes are relaxed on the floor, so the lower body is relaxed as possible. And then with the balls facing each other, we're going to do single arm reaches. So reach through the right arm, and then let the shoulder blade drop back. Reach through the left arm, let the shoulder blade drop back. Again, you can either do a slow release, or you can do the gentle thuds, letting the shoulder blade drop back. A bit more brutal if you're on a roller. Don't want it to be painful. So start to feel the big muscles around the shoulder blade stretch in and then releasing. These are some of the ones where we tend to carry tension through the day. So being aware when it's tight, and also that sense of letting go is useful. One more either side. Okay, and then we're going to turn the balls face the knees for arms overhead. So reaching back overhead, long stretch through the arms. Really think about the ribs. So check the ribs aren't flaring up. We're going to control those and then pull back up and repeat. So first for you, just warming up, focusing, getting used to being on the roller. So long arms, long neck, relax through the shoulders. Think of this one being more of a stretch than workout. Okay, 2 more, and then we're adding the leg variations. Okay, so if you have got a block, you can pop it on your right knee. That was a fail. Good. I think we're there. Okay, and then we go for the arm openings again, but this time we're going to add in the knee opening as well. So keeping the block still on your right knee, opening out to the side, and then coming back. And repeat. Opening wide, coming back. So the breathing here is exhale on the way down, inhale on the way back up. Exhale, inhale, and repeat. Okay, 2 more. And then we're going to change sides. Definitely wobbly today. Okay, good. So if you're okay there, you're going to change to the other knee if you haven't got a block, just so you can get started. If you've got a block, you can balance it on there. I think that's still. Okay, so breathing in to prepare, breathing out, change legs, breathe in to come back in. So exhale to open, inhale to come back in, and repeat. So just be aware of your stance foot on this one. So for me, it's my left foot. I'm trying to keep my left foot really soft so the toes aren't gripping. Still keeping the shoulders down away from your ears. I think my tray of drinks is sliding backwards. 2 more. I think that's it before I lose my tray. 1 more. Okay, 1 for luck then. The tray's still there. Come back. Good. Okay. Right, let's take the tray off. And this time we're going to go balls facing the knees again. And then we're going to stretch one leg out as the arms come back overhead and then come back into the middle. And then repeat. On the other side, stretch the leg away, come back in. So a lot going on this one, really working on that pelvic control, but also the rib control. And repeat. So check your feet are on their train tracks, that are not going too narrow or too far apart. Having to work really hard to stop just curving through everywhere. So really working on the ribs and keeping the pelvis neutral as you move on this one. Okay, 2 more on either side. So go right and back. Exhale for the left and back. So exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Good work. Coming back down. So you can place the balls down by the side for a second. We're going to go into crunchies from this position. So with the crunchies, either fingertips behind your head, or you can have them down on the balls if you feel comfortable there with your neck. So nod the nose down a fraction, shoulders down away from the ears, breathing in to prepare and breathing out to come forward, breathing in to come down. So exhale, curling forward, inhale to come back down. So again, think of the spine rolling kind of 1 level at a time as the ribs move, and then rolling back 1 level at a time. But rather than lifting up as a roll up with the neck, we're still keeping the neck stable. So this bit stays stable, and then the ribs are moving, and then the ribs are coming back with a stable neck. The balls gently roll in, so think of almost the balls leading the movement and then coming back. So pushing away and then coming back. Working the upper tummy, but working quite hard through the head and neck to control the posture. Okay, last 5. 4, 3, 2, last one. Okay, so we're going to go straight into 10 obliques on either side. So left hand on the ball, right hand behind your head. Breathing in to prepare, long left arm, and then curling up and across. In to come back down. So exhale, and inhale. Exhale and inhale. So halfway for this set anyway. So the last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Okay, good. And then straight across to the other side for the next 10. Breathing out, breathing in. So next couple, really focus on the movement through your ribs. Next couple, really think about being soft through your jaw, controlling the neck. And I think we've got 3 left after this one, so focusing on the movement from your ribs, your upper tummy should be starting to feel your abs now. Good work. So come back down, so you can have a stretch. If you're on the roller, arms overhead, well, on the floor, arms overhead as well. If you're on the roller, just if you're stretching legs, maybe keep them a little bit wider, just for some stability there. And in this position, you can breathe through the side and back of the rib cage. So we're going to do a second set of abs today. You can make it a little harder if you want to. The harder one on the roller is going to challenge your balance a little bit. So I'd suggest on this one, only try this level. Well, actually, so you've got 2 options really. If you're going hands behind your head, and we're curling up, it's to lift one leg, but you do need to really be able to lift the one leg fairly comfortably in this position first of all. If you're okay with your hands, if your neck's okay with your hands on the balls, as you come up, it should be a little bit easier to lift the leg because your hands are on the floor for stability. So if you can add in the leg lift, then we'll get going. So if not, just stick to your normal crunchies that we've done before, but we're going for a second set. So breathing out to curl up, breathing in to come back down. Remember, you can add alternate leg lifts at the top, but please don't fall off the roller because it's going to challenge your balance a bit more. 2, so we've got 4 more, I think. Forgot to lift the leg. Okay, so finish your 10. Good work. And then we're going to do the similar with the obliques. So left hand down, right hand behind your head. You're going to curl up and across. And then at the top here, I'm just going to lift my left leg a small way. So my left hand sliding towards the heel. I'm going to lift the foot a fraction and then come back down. But again, just if you're doing that one, you really need to be able to lift the foot off comfortably so that you're not falling off your foam roller. If you're on the flat, the leg lift should be a little bit easier, and if you're on the flat, you can lift up into tabletop if you want to on this side. Forgot to lift my leg again. So last 3, 2, feeling my abs now, 1. Okay, so obliques to the opposite side, breathing in to prepare, breathing out, curl up and across, and then I'm just going to add in the leg lift at the top. So I'm going to curl first, stabilise, lift, and then back down. You could just add in the heel lift if you want to. So as I curl up to the top, I'm going to lift my right heel, and then come back down. So repeat, and almost just so my big toe's just on the floor, and then come back down. If you're comfortable, that turns into a hover. And then if you're super confident, you can go tabletop, or often if you're on the flat, you can probably go tabletop and then back down. Last 3, last 2, last 1. Okay, working the abs quite hard today. Let's go for a stretch again. And then we're going to go on to scissors variation. Just to earn a mince pie. Or two maybe. Okay, so we're going to go hands, if you're on the foam roller, go hands on the floor rather than on the balls, I think, unless you're super confident with your balance. So just reset the feet, hip width apart, check you're in neutral again, relax upper body long through your neck. We're going to go with the hands on the floor. We're going to marching first of all, so right, left, right, left. Hands are on the floor, okay? Left, right, left, right. Don't want any injuries. Okay, so starting to work the lower tummy, bit bringing in that wobble, being on the foam roller as well. So obviously with your hands here, you're using your hands for a bit of feedback. Try not to grip too hard, but they're there for safety. So if there's a slight wobble going on through your middle, that's going to be working your tummy muscles a little bit more. And if you're too uncomfortable on the roller, just come off now and you can do the same on the flat, okay? So I think I've got my sequence wrong. Right, left, and then left, right, left, right. So you're going to keep going for a few more. If you want to go up for a final challenge, I'm going to go on the fingertips on the balls for myself. Only do this if you're really confident with your balance. And then we're going to go toe taps, and back up. Toe taps, back up. Toe taps, back up. So having to focus quite hard on the balance, keeping the upper body controlled. Okay, we count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feeling my abs. And good. One leg down at a time. Excellent work. So before we come off the roller, we will then work on your balance. So if we go fingertips on the balls, feet hip width apart, and we're just going to go for the very small heel lift, toe hover, toes down, heel down. Change sides. Heel lift, toes up, toes down, heel down. Heel lift, toes up, toes down, heel down. And if you're okay now with your fingers on the balls or on the floor, see if you can go down to one finger. If you're okay on this one, then we go with the fingers hovered, but just trying to do the very first little bit of the lift. And if you're okay, you can go hands on your hips. If you know that one leg today is feeling a lot more wobbly than the other leg, so say my left leg feels worse than my right when I take my weight on it, you can do 10 just on that one side. And you're thinking about pushing down through your heel, engaging your glute, pulling in your core gently, relaxed upper tummy, and just doing the lifts through the one leg. On your stance foot, think about heel, big toe, little toe, until you can just get things working. And really don't worry how high you lift the foot, just do the very first bit. That's the hardest bit. If you can get the first bit smooth, then actually if you're really strong here, then actually that's the rest of it is just lifting the leg up. But you have to be strong here and be able to hold it for a few seconds to be able to then do what you want with the other leg, for example. Okay, so last few, and then we get to come off the roller. I've not seen anyone's legs go flying on the screen, so hopefully you're all safe. Okay, good. Last one on either side. Good work. So from here, I'm not sure if I can get off the roller. I think I'm stuck to it, but let's see if we can come down and come off the roller now. Okay, so I'm going to place that to one side, and then let's have a little stretch on our back. So back on dry land. Check what I'm doing next. So on your back, we're going to hug your right knee in towards your chest, and then gently stretch your left leg away. Bring both knees in together and gently take your knees from one side to the other. And then keep hold of your left knee and stretch your right leg away. Okay, coming back in, good. So from here, let's go over, let's do a little bit of work on our front. So I need my small head cushion, which I haven't got, so let me just go and grab that. Let's get these out of the way. So let's do a bit of work on our fronts. We're going to start off with your hands down by your side today, stretching your fingers down towards your heels, and then relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your elbows. Nod your nose down to lengthen through the back of your neck, and then push your hips in towards the floor. So, first move we're going to do from here is breathing in to prepare, breathe out, set your shoulder blades, and just stretch your fingertips down towards your heels. So no head lift just yet, we're just going to lift through the shoulders and the hands. Breathing in at the top, and then as you breathe out, hands and elbows relax, and then let the shoulder blades relax. Breathing in to hold, so breathe out, just widen gently through your collarbones so the shoulder blades sit in the middle, not pulling back military style, really relax. Then we hover through the fingers and the elbows. Breathing in to hold, breathe out, hands and elbows release, and then the shoulders release. And repeat. So set, hover. So just feeling of being able to let the elbows and the arms go. So floppy, and then letting the shoulder blades go. One more. Again, holding the hands up this time, just shrug your shoulders towards your ears gently, and then push them down away from your ears. So you've got that sense of length through the back of your neck. Hands down, elbows relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Okay, next one, let's add in lifting the breastbone and the forehead. Breathing in at the top, and then breathing out to come back down. And repeat. So we move on the out breath. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to come back down. Breathe on the out breath. Sorry, move on the out breath. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to come back down. Okay, one more. And then come back down. Okay, good. So from here, you can pop your hands under the bony bits at the front of your pelvis if you want. Push your hips in and just feel that there's a little bit of a gap between the bony bits and the floor. And then we're going to go for the one leg lift. So reach long through the leg and then come back in. And as you lift through the leg, you're checking with the bony bits so you're not collapsing down on one side. We're trying to keep these level at the front. So use them there to give yourself a little bit of feedback. Again, having to focus on pushing my hips in towards the floor a little bit so that my lower back's quiet, that my lower back doesn't move in this position. And also really stretching the toes away from you so that the knee stays straight. So just check the knees not bending in this position, not on this variation anyway. So alternating from one side to the other. And as you warm up, you can lift the leg a little higher, but just really focus that it's coming from your bum, coming from your glute as it lifts, and not lifting through your hips or the lower back. Okay, we'll go arms up above your head. We're going to add in the shoulder lifts from here as well. So gently set the shoulder blades down away from your ears, and then we're going to hover through one hand and back down again. Really think about a long arm with a straight elbow. Anyone with stiff shoulders, you might want to bring your hands back to here and just do a small hover through your wrist and elbow there if you're comfortable, or stick with the hands down by the side. So just working against gravity, laying on our front. Alternating from one side to the other, breathing out to lift, into lower. And then on the next one we can add in opposite arm, opposite leg. So think from your nose to your belly button, being absolutely still. And your fingers and your toes are getting stretched away. You've got one person pulling them and lifting them for you on either end. So trying to make it effortless, having a nice stretch. Think about length and feeling long and elastic around the shoulders and the hips. Okay, good. Coming back with your elbows down a bit lower now. We're going to go for the chest lift. So elbows stay down, wrists stay down, shoulders flopped as you breathe in to start off with. As you breathe out, we'll keep the elbows and wrists down, and then hovering up. So this one, we should get a little bit more movement than when your arms are at your side. Breathing in at the top, and then breathing out to come back down one level at a time. Let the shoulders relax. Breathe in to hold. So exhale, set the shoulder blades, hover. Inhale at the top. Exhale to come back down. So exhale and lift. Inhale to hold. Exhale to come back down. Inhale to hold. Exhale to lift. Inhale to hold. Exhale to come back down. So we're going to do one more. Coming down, and then if we take it into shell stretch. So coming back onto your hands and knees if you're comfortable, stretching your arms forwards. Let's go right hand to the right side of the mat with the left hand on top. And then left hand to the left side of the mat with the right hand on top. Okay, so holding that stretch, I'll just introduce the next one. If you've got a foam roller and you want to use it, we can use the foam roller for this one. If not, you're going to take it into the Cobra stretch. So remember I'll show the Cobra first of all. So the Cobra, you might want your head cushion back actually. So the Cobra, hands a bit high, keep your palms down and push up to straighten your elbows. So we're extending the stretch a little bit. Now, I think we'll have a head cushion here. And then if you've got your foam roller, fingertips on the foam roller, breathe in to prepare. As you breathe out, I'm going to roll away. If you've got shoulders problems, this probably isn't the best one for you. I'm stretching through the shoulder, and then at the top, I'm going to pull backwards with straight elbows. So still coming into my Cobra position, but my arms are straight and my arms are long. And then I'm going to let the foam roller move away, coming back through my chest one level at a time, and then bring it back in. So the roller is continually moving on itchy nose. It's better. So breathing in to prepare. As I breathe out, the roller is pushing away, my head stays down. I'm going to breathe in. When I get to the end, still moving, and then breathe out to reverse the movement of the roller. Breathing in to hold just as I get to the top. So this is the first bit where the roller's not moving, and then breathe out to slowly come back down one level of your spine at a time again. Breathing in, and then breathing out as it rolls back in towards you. So continually, slowly moving roller. Stretch the arms first. Pulling back up till having to work quite hard through my hips on this one. Obviously working through the upper body as well. Coming back down. Okay, 2 more of whichever version you're doing. So roll away. Did that wrong. Head should be down. Now the head comes up. Losing focus. Elbows stay straight here, remember. Rolling away again. We've got the last one. So breathe out, push away, head stays down. Breathing in, and then next out breath, start to come up into your Cobra position. Breathing in at the top. And then breathing out to roll away. Breathe in when you get to the end. Breathe out, finally come back. Okay, nice work there. So we're going to hold that position for a second, and then we're going to go into the leg kick. So coming back from the knees, so toes pointed and back down. So point, flex the ankle, point and down. Point, flex, point and down. Point, flex, point and down, and repeat from one side to the other. Trying to keep stable through the front of the pelvis on this one. And then on your next one, hips should be warmed up now. Point, flex, point and hover. So reach through the leg just as you start that reach. This bit's hamstrings, and there your glutes have to kick in to lift the leg. And control as the legs come down. Point, flex, point, glutes and control. Point, flex, point, glutes and control. One more either side. Last one. Good work. Okay. So from there, let's come over onto your backs. And if you get something, stretch your legs. We're going to go into a hamstring stretch. So laying on your back, band around your foot, and then just coming up to where you're comfortable. And then once you're comfortable there, you can straighten out your other leg. And we just start to relax the breathing a little bit here. So particularly on the out breath, let your shoulders relax, let your toes relax. Think about the contact areas with the floor, so the heel, back of the calf muscle, shoulders down through your waist, back of your head. And just give the weight up to the floor. And then slowly change sides. Okay, again, just slow your breathing in that position. Okay, good. Yeah, we've got time for one more stretch. So relax the shoulders. Okay, so from here we're going to come over onto your side, and actually no, let's hold that position. Let's hold that position. We're going to go arms out wide, palms face up, feet and knees in together, and then we're slowly going to take the knees down towards one side. Coming back in. So breathe in when you get to the middle, and then breathe out to send your knees to the other way. Breathe in when you get to the bottom, and then breathe out to come back to the middle. Now next one we're going to do with a little bit more control. So feet stay together, we're going to keep the ribs down and the pelvis still, as you just let your knees move. See how much movement you've got in your knees, that's just the hip joints moving as the pelvis stays still. Then we let the pelvis lift, but keep your belly button still. So starting to move through the lower back. When you can't go any further, we're going to let the belly button move, but keep your ribs down. And then you can let the ribs lift a little, but keep your shoulder blades down behind you. So shoulder blades flat on the mat. Breathing in at the bottom, breathe back. We're going to place the ribs back and then unwind through your spine, one level at a time. Coming back to the middle, breathe in when you get to the middle, and we'll repeat to the other side. So first of all, my pelvis is going to stay still. Have you got any movement through your hips? You probably have a tiny bit. And then I'm going to let my hips move, but keep my belly button still. Okay, and that's the lower back moving. When you get to your limit, let your belly button move, but then keep your ribs down. And then finally let the ribs lift, but keep the shoulder blades glued to the floor. Slowly placing everything back one level at a time. Let's do one more to the other side, and this time you can turn your nose towards the opposite way. If you want to deepen the stretch at the bottom, you can straighten your leg out to where you're comfortable. Folding your leg back in, returning. I'm going to do one more to the other side. Again, add in the neck turn if you want to, add in the leg stretch if you want to. Fold the leg back in, slowly unwind. Good work. Okay, over onto your side. From here, I'm going to come back up with a downward dog. So pushing through my hands and then stretching the heels away. Pushing long through your arms. Think about the heels getting heavy, so lengthening through your calves as you push away. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, and then just gently switch from one leg to the other, walking your feet in to where you're comfortable today, and then coming back up into standing. Very good. Made a right mess there, haven't I? Okay, so in standing then to finish with, let's go for a bit of balance. And we're coming to our marching pattern, so left hand up, right knee up. And switch 1, 2, 3, and hold. And take that into your tree pose either here, or if you can bring your leg in, then do so where you're comfortable. Wobbly tree pose for me. And then come back to your marching position. Switch again, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, tree pose. It's very windy where I am, that's why it's so I'm getting blown around. Doors open. I'm going to fall. I got distracted too by your Christmas tree. It's the Christmas tree pose. You just need a star on top of your head for this one. And then come back. We need more Christmas trees in the background for the last class, guys. That's what we need. Feet hip width apart, so coming up tall. Let your toes and your feet gently spread out. We've got that long line up behind us now, so hopefully feeling nicely worked out. Definitely worked the abs a bit today. And the shoulders had a good workout at the start. So breathing in, as you breathe out, let any tension flow away through your body now. All the way through your face, through your neck, through your head. Down through your chest and your shoulders, away through your elbows and your fingertips. And then any tension flowing away through thighs, through the knees, away through the lower legs, and finally away through the feet, through the mat, through the floor. So the whole body is now feeling nicely worked out and energized, ready for the rest of the week ahead. Thank you very much. I will now stop the recording.